a brand new promo just dropped, and when we take advantage of it, we're able to book business class flights to Singapore from Australia for less than half price. In today's video, I'm going to run through all of the details. I will show you exactly how much it typically costs to book business class flights to Singapore, and I will then run through today's strategy that will allow us to book these flights for less than half price. And by the end of today's video, you will be crystal clear and know exactly how you can book these flights for massive discounts. Typically, these business class flights from Australia to Singapore will set you back usually around $3,000. But in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can book those same flights for just over $1,000. The great thing about this whole process is you don't have to have any existing points. You don't have to have an existing membership to any loyalty program. Everything that I'm going to show you today, you can be brand new, have zero setup, and by the end of today's video, instead of paying $3,000 for business class flights, you can book those same flights for just over $1,000. Now, before I get into it, if these sort of videos are helpful to you, I would appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up, left a comment, and also subscribe to the channel. Doing all three of those things encourages me to make more videos like this and helps the channel grow. With that out of the way, let's get straight into today's video. So you can see in front of me here, Brisbane to Singapore on the 3rd of May is going to be the flight that I use for today's example. Now you can see here from the numbers on the screen, it would typically set us back around $3,000 to $4,000 if we were just going to book one of these flights paying cash. Now for full disclosure, if you are savvy and you wait for a sale, you can typically get these prices a little bit cheaper. And if you are booking a full return trip as well, you can often get these flights cheaper. So instead of usually paying $3,000 to $4,000, maybe you can snap them up for a little bit less. But the strategy that I'm going to show you today, it should still be a lot cheaper than what you would typically be paying. I'm going to be showing you how you can book these flights for just over 1,100 Australian dollars. So even if these flights were half price, it would still be cheaper using the method I'm going to show you. Now, Singapore Airlines doesn't have their exact price here, so I will jump over to the Singapore Airlines website. I'm here on the Singapore Airlines website, and you can now see those prices are still pretty much in line with the other prices, still just over around $3,000 to book these business class flights. Now let's get into the strategy on how we can book these flights for a fraction of the cost, and that begins with Air Canada's loyalty program, which is Aeroplan. You don't need to be an existing customer of Air Canada Aeroplan for this strategy to work. In fact, you can sign up. It takes literally about 2 minutes and it's completely for free. And one of the great things about having an Air Canada Aeroplan membership is that Air Canada actually partner with lots of different airlines. For today's example, the airline in particular that we're talking to is going to be Singapore Airlines. When we've got Air Canada's Aeroplane loyalty program, we can book Singapore Airline reward seats. In order to book these Singapore Airline reward seats, we jump over here to the search tool, Brisbane to Singapore, book with Aeroplane points. Now I know you won't have any Aeroplane points at the moment. We will get to that in a second. But for now, we just want to find the business class reward seats that we can book. Now, I've just clicked on search here. Let's see if those reward seats pop up. You can see here Brisbane to Singapore on Sunday, May the 3rd, and there are 2 business class reward seats that I can book with Air Canada Aeroplan miles. Now, if I had 45,000 Air Canada Aeroplane miles and 147 Canadian dollars, instead of paying $3,000, I could book these seats. Now, if you're watching this and you're new to Air Canada's loyalty program, you're not going to have any Aeroplan miles. But the great thing about Air Canada's Aeroplane loyalty program is that new customers can directly buy points. You don't have to wait a certain period or have a minimum amount of points in order to buy points. You can just directly buy them. And if you act quick and buy these points before February 16, they actually have an 80% bonus offer. You can see here just from the numbers on the screen here, if we refer back to the previous example, we needed 45,000 miles in order to book that business class flight. If we take advantage of the 80% bonus, we can get these 45,000 Aeroplan points for just over 937 Canadian dollars. Now we know that in order for us to get the 45,000 points required to unlock that reward seat, it will set us back 937 Canadian dollars. And if we go back here, you can see that in addition to the points that you'll pay, you also have to pay 147 Canadian dollars in flight fees. If we plug that into a calculator, we are in it for a total of 1,085 Canadian dollars, which converts to 1,132 Australian dollars. Going back to these prices, that is a fraction of what it would typically cost us if we were booking it paying with cash. $1,132 if we're savvy enough to use the right airline loyalty program, purchase those points when they're on sale, and then find those reward seats instead of just directly paying with cash. Now, for full disclosure, this won't work for every single date that you want to find these business class flights. You do have to find reward flights that you can book with these Aeroplan points. Now, they won't have reward seats available for every single date that you want, and in a lot of instances there will be limits on how many passengers you can do this for as well. For instance, there might only be 1 or 2 business class seats available when you book with points, meaning you can't just book 10 tickets each at $1,100. If you do want to find those reward seats, you can do it directly on Air Canada's site, but a much more efficient way is if we use a tool called seats.aero. If you want to sign up to seats.aero, check out my link in the video description. But seats.aero will allow us to scan all of the reward seats in a matter of seconds. You can see I'm getting all of the flights available to book through Aeroplan, and I'm getting all of the different airports, Brisbane to Singapore. I'm getting all of the different seat availability, 2 seats, 1 seat here, 1 seat, and it's showing me all of the different dates these flights are available. You don't need to use seats.aero, you can just do it directly on Air Canada's website, but using seats.aero I can see all of the available route options in a matter of seconds. These flights here, these reward seats, are the flights that will allow us to book these flights at massive discounts. So by now you should know exactly what you need to do. To begin, sign up to Air Canada's Aeroplan loyalty program completely for free. Once you're a member, then try to locate business class reward seats that you want to travel on. They will look like this: 45,000 reward points and $147 in flight fees. If you want to find them quick and easy, use seats.aero. And once you've found those business class reward seats that you can book, then you need the points. You can earn them naturally, or you can just directly buy the points from Aeroplan. I hope today's video has made it crystal clear on how you can get massive savings on business class flights to Singapore. If you do need any extra help earning or redeeming your points, check out the link in the video description to my Patreon group. In there, you'll get direct access to me for any questions that you've got. You'll also get access to my in-depth training modules, my best content saved exclusively for Inside Patreon, as well as every single day I share with my members the very best business and first class reward seats that they can book with their Qantas and Velocity points. Hope to see you in that group. I hope today's video was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.